So there is a gaming news aggregator called Nibel or Nibelion, who basically retweets a bunch of news articles and comments on gaming news. Or at the very least, he was a gaming news aggregator, because it turns out he has quit. And I actually want to dive into not only why he's quitting, but also how why he's quitting is relevant to any content creator. So he says, today we'll move on from both Twitter and Patreon, and there won't be any games coverage from me on either platform. He was not able to create a sustainable Patreon, which is evident from the number of patrons stagnating during the first weekend and the first pledges being deleted during the first week. And then he goes on to say that he miscalculated the value of his Twitter activity. And this is the key part that no one else is commenting on, in my opinion, that I really want to talk about. It was not me who was popular, but the work itself that is useful. It is not valuable by itself, but a comfortable time saver, and I get that now. Put a little asterisk by that, because we're going to come back to that later. And then he goes on to say he was unable to create a reliable revenue stream. Still happy he gave it a shot. In his very last paragraph, he does mention Musk and that he doesn't trust him. He thinks he's immature, and he thinks that Twitter is going to slowly die once he takes over. But even though he says that, and even though that's the focal point of all the articles about him, I genuinely don't think that's why he's quitting, and I don't think that's why he's leaving. I genuinely think the Musk thing is more of an added bonus, or the straw that broke the camel's back, more than his actual reasoning. He really revealed something personal about how he feels when he said that he realized he wasn't actually popular. It was just people liked the fact that he was talking about gaming news. And really, I feel like that's something that every content creator struggles with, and how all of us feel. Like, for example, there are a lot of people that I subscribe to on, say, YouTube, for example, that I would immediately unsubscribe to if their content changed, because it is, at the end of the day, just content. Like Carl George, who mostly clips Courageoli. If he switched to clipping Crony, I'd unsub, because I don't really care about Crony. I'm here for the Courageoli content. So even a minor pivot in his content would have caused me to immediately unsubscribe, because Carl George, much like Nibel, isn't really generating their own content, they're just aggregating other content and making it convenient. Part of the reason I want to do commentary videos is because I want my personality and my opinion to be the content, so if I ever choose to pivot in my content, I will have at least some modicum of staying power, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I feel like this story just brings up a lot of interesting points in a row. So I want to hear everyone's opinions on Nibel himself, what you thought of his news aggregation and his commentary, and whether or not you thought it was valuable. Number two, do you agree with my take that the real reason he left is because he couldn't monetize it and not because of Elon Musk? And number three, just because we're talking about it, what do you think of Elon Musk taking over Twitter and the changes that he's made and the changes that he's gonna make? Let me know any and all thoughts in the comments below. Bye, guys.